legs hurt.
Commencing resuscitation.
Enemies eliminated.
There you go. Thank you.
What is going on, everyone? Griffin here, coming at you with some Glimpse gameplay, and today we're going to be talking about a possible passive ability rework for Glimpse specifically. So let's head over and check it out. So for a little context, we're going to kind of go through what Glimpse's passive ability currently is and ways to actually improve this passive ability, and talk about why we would want this passive ability improved slightly, and also what the repercussions of that would be, and also what the benefits of that would be. So her current passive is Slidey. Your genetically engineered senses are dramatically heightened, allowing you to periodically detect enemies around you. Periodically being the key word. Let's take it back up top and talk about it. So periodically is a word that has no predetermined time limit on it, right? Whenever you say periodically, it can mean in 1 second, 5 seconds, or 30 seconds. It can mean in 5 minutes, 2 hours, or 3 days. Periodically has no measurement of time whatsoever, and they don't want to put, in my opinion, a measurement of time on this because they don't want you to be able to play around what this passive ability actually does. So instead of having the developers assign like time to it and actually being able to play around it in that way, let's take a look at a way to possibly improve her ability to make it just a little bit better in the long run. So let's take out periodically, completely take out periodically detect enemies around you, and let's rework it into whenever you're either standing still or whenever you're walking. Okay, so whenever you're not actively engaging in running or rolling or anything like that, or if you're standing perfectly still, then maybe yes, then you can detect these enemies, you know, around, through walls or whatever, the way that her passive ability does work. But to give it one drawback and to kind of balance it out, it only detects enemies that are currently doing something, right? Whether it be walking, whether it be running, whether it be reloading a weapon, whether it be changing out equipment, swapping weapons, anything like that. If you are behind cover, now before we get into that, let's think the rogues are highly trained and highly skilled mercenaries at the end of the day, right? Whenever you can be proficient enough to shoot from one shoulder and then swap over to your other shoulder and it not do any kind of negative effects to your aim or your recoil control or anything like that, it's very hard for an average person, just an average Joe that enjoys shooting weapons, to be able to swap between shoulders, continue to be consistent with that weapon whenever you do swap shoulders with that weapon, right? Because most people are either right-handed or left-handed. They favor right or left, and then they're usually very proficient in one of those two things. So we've got to assume that the rogues are very, very skilled and very highly trained at what they do. So you've got to imagine that even though they're running around and jumping and rolling and sliding and all this kind of stuff, that whenever they're behind cover, they're probably very, very good at controlling their heartbeat. They're very good at controlling their breathing, and they're realistically not going to make a lot of noise, right? So you got to assume that if we were going to rework her passive away in this way, then if someone is just behind a wall, standing perfectly still, not moving back and forth, not reloading a weapon, not, you know, changing weapons, anything like that, that their breathing and everything else that could possibly give them away from her genetically engineered senses would be completely under control and go undetected for her specifically. But if they made it to where if you're slow walking or if you're behind cover, and if they're moving, if they're running, if they're swapping weapons, if they're reloading, then it actually pinpoints where that person is. We get rid of the periodically. We bring it down to where she has to be moving around very, very slowly or standing still in order to make this ability proc. And as long as she's moving slowly, or as long as she's standing still and someone around her is making some type of noise or doing something that would, I don't know, increase heart rate or make breathing a little bit more heavy or anything like that, then that is what would proc that ability. And it would work really well with her perks that she has right now, because she has padded steps. So she could pad step around, the ability would proc, and then you would actually know, hey, there's somebody over here, there's somebody over there. And that would kind of feed into her, you know, her play style a little bit. It would also cut down on a lot of people spazzing out on the weapon swap stuff when they're behind cover, or crouching and standing up constantly the whole time, or swapping shoulders the whole time, or doing whatever stupid fidgety stuff that people do whenever they're playing this game. It would almost minimize that 100%. Glimpse she has an average toughness of 2. She has a speed of 4. Her primary ability, unless she's not moving or crouch walking or walking very slowly, it's almost completely useless to a certain degree, right? The thing that makes her a really good character is her passive ability that periodically procs. So basically, if you're running around having a good time, it's always going to periodically proc at the wrong time, because it's not going to let you know whenever you're running up to a piece of cover, oh, there's somebody behind this piece of cover waiting on you, and they've been back there swapping weapons the whole time, just doing this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't do that. So let's change the periodically to always, but let's give some circumstances to have to work around as a Glimpse player, so that it makes you a little bit more successful while you're playing Glimpse. And one thing that would be nice is, like, since she goes invisible, she can still be revealed, right? So things that aren't persistent reveals, right? So sticky sensors, Talon Dart, things like that. If it's tracker rounds, if it's Dallas, if it's Seeker, whatever, she should also have her reveal duration extended by proxy of what her primary ability is. And her passive ability in this way would be. I think that would help balance her out. It would also make playing against her and counterpicking, going against her, very, very crucial. And I think that would make for a very fun and interesting play style. I think that Glimpse, as is right now, is a fantastic character. I don't think any of the things that I suggested would absolutely break her if they were balanced correctly around what the rogue can do, around what the rogue's current perk sets are, what her current weapons are, and also what her current ability is. But be sure to let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you like Glimpse? Do you like her playstyle now? Or do you think that there is a little bit of a tweak that they could do to her to make her more of a viable character? Be sure to let me know what you think in the comments down below. Also, be sure to check that description for links to Facebook, Discord, and Twitter. Those are the places to contact me. If you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you've already subscribed to the channel, then consider hitting that join button to become one of the 256 crew members. Lastly, on Thursdays from 8 until 11 p.m. Central Time, or Sundays from 10 a.m. until we get tired, I will be streaming here on YouTube, so if you're interested and available, please feel free to stop by and say hello there. Thanks for watching, guys.
Dying's easy.
No.
Dying's easy. Don't take the easy road.
Getting pushed. Fuck.
Wiped out.
I didn't realize I was the only one still up.
Deploying lethal.
Why do I have the melee weapon in my hand? Oh my Jesus Christ. He's in the bag.
Somebody's in my armor over here. Or yep, it is Sixter.
All opponents eliminated.
It was nice to pick up a random gadget.
Yeah, pick up a stem.
Yeah, or throw a C4 as someone who don't usually have a C4 that confuses the shit out of them. Then my shits get blown up. What the fuck? He's hurt.
Commencing resuscitation.
No, I'm fucked. There you go. Thank you.
All right, I'm going to run out in front and pull this dude's reveal towards A, and then I'm going to cut back and go to B. I haven't got revealed yet. Yep, there it is.
Deploying lethal. Lethal out.
Mixer's backing out.
Deploying utility.
Lethal out. Enemy spotted.
I'm planting the bomb.
Bomb active. All enemies have been eliminated.
I'm gonna try to do the same thing.
Deploying lethal.
They're all in mid.
Resistance required.
They're all in mid.
I'm planting the bomb.
Bomb's armed. See it through.
Down.
What?
I'm revealed. Dadgummit.
Enemy spotted.
You 5-5s here, huh?
Contract's a bust. Let's head home.
Alright, I got a FaceTime Caitlin.
That's fine. I gotta restart anyway and get on. I'm gonna get on Overwatch.
Alright, I'll get on there.